Chris, is there an actor whose work you emulate or whose career you admire and you strive to be like that?
I mean, there's a number of them. And one of them I'm going to say is I love Steve Buscemi. And a lot of times, like, one of the things that's cool about Steve Buscemi, I mean, people say I look like him, but it's not because that, I guess. It's just because of, like, the characters he can create and stuff like that. And I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think I much look like him, but if I can be in some way, gosh, I guess this is like a feeling of needing and stuff while we're acting. If I can be somewhere compared to or be that type of an actor, I feel like I can be successful. And so I love Steve Buscemi, but I like a lot of the character actors. I mean, there's other like good-looking guys like even like Tom Cruise. Like when he first came out, I wasn't so sure about him, but that guy works his butt off. And to be honest with you, the more movies he does, the more I like him. So, you know, I guess I draw myself to character actors just because that's what I am, is a character actor.
Are there times where you feel like, okay, I'm acting and I need to get more into the character? And how do you pull yourself back in so that you're just going with it and not, quote, great, I'm acting?
Wow. Yeah, there's times when you feel like you're acting. I guess one of the things that, you know, if you feel like you're acting, sometimes it's because you're not getting it, and you're really trying to understand maybe what your direction is, or if the director gave you a direction, you don't really get that. The only thing I try to do is just let go. It's just, you know, at least what I found that works with me is just if I connect with the other person, something's going to happen. And I think it's going to be, even if it's not what they want, it's going to be more real than anything. And that's one of the things I try to do. If I feel myself, to answer your question, like acting, it's just relax. To be honest with you, throw everything that you're trying to do away and just listen to the other person and just try to either, you know, whatever your line is, react off them or answer them just by listening. So that's how I guess get back into it if I feel I'm acting.
What are some of the things that you've done this week for your acting career?
This week? Well, every day I'm on, you know, Actors Access, Now Casting, LA Casting, and, you know, you find certain ways to get the breakdowns, and, I think it's so competitive in this industry. Like if you're not doing it, to be honest with you, somebody else is. And so it's you know how it's what you want to do. It's almost like I treat it like my business. And if you have a business, you're going to research your product and try to find other ways to improve your product and stuff like that. And as far, yeah, I just, every day I'm on LA Casting, Now Casting, and all that stuff. And right now I have a manager, and he's one that I can talk to. And sometimes if I'm, like, see something in the breakdowns, you know, I can call him and he answers the phone right away. And I guess I feel like I'm at least doing something if he says he'll try to get on it, whether he can or not. So I really just try to stay up on all the roles that are out there and just do headshots and you know do some drops. You know, there's certain casting directors that don't like drops, but I've learned some that that don't mind it, and nobody does drops nowadays. So if you really want to, you know, waste the gas and go out there and do it, you might be a leg up.
Do you have a routine? Do you say, okay, it's noon, it's time for me to sit in front of the computer?
Yeah, every day I get up and I go brew my coffee and I go hiking with my dog. And you know, I try to get up around 8:30. You know, sometimes a little bit, sometimes around 9. But we go on a hike and everything, and as soon as I get back, you know, it's basically a couple hours on the computer every morning. It's, you know, LA Casting, Now Casting, Actors Access, the breakdowns and everything like that. And you really, after I get from that drops that I can do, you know, Harper and I get in my car and we go do drops and everything like that. And so, or, you know, in some cases, you know, just I make calls to my manager and agent. So, And I think they're pretty good. You know, sometimes I feel I'm probably pestering them, but I think that's me. I have to feel like I'm doing it. So you know, nobody works harder at your career than you. So.
What do you say to the common consensus of people who say, well, you know, that's what my agent or manager's for.
Right.
They need to be booking me, whereas you've taken a very proactive way. What do you say to those people?
I guess it depends upon, you know, if you're with this William and Morris, this agency, and they get you out so much that you don't have time, then, you know, I guess more power to you. But I don't know how else to I don't know how else to live my life other than to try to be an actor. I mean, that's the one thing that keeps me breathing and keeps me like a sense of purpose. It's just trying to be an actor. That's the one thing that I strive on. That it's like you know, I compare it to this. You know, I've never done like crack or pot. You know, thankfully, you know, I've always been, you know, never got into that. But acting is like a drug. I cannot get it out of my system, and it's like the perfect drug because it's like you don't have any consequences. You know, the more like you do it, it's not like you're gonna have to go to rehab or anything like that. You know, it might drive you crazy at the end of, you know, at the end of the day if you don't. But it's the one thing that that keeps me going, and so that's why I do it, because I almost, in a way, I feel like I have to do it. I don't know what else to do, I guess, with myself.